What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing a video that I genuinely want to just kind of do myself, just to see. I was like, that'd be interesting. I figured, why not actually make that into a video? Maybe other people want to see it as well. And that is simming the rookie season out of all the first-round quarterbacks from the 2021 NFL Draft and seeing who's the best. Now, you might just say, who really cares? But I just kind of want to get to know, maybe, just maybe, who's going to be the most overpowered rookie quarterback in Madden 22. Now, there's a lot of things that go into an overpowered rookie quarterback. You may say, and I try to adjust these ratings just a little bit to where I think they will. You look at someone like Trevor Lawrence, he's obviously going to be the highest rated quarterback. I think he could be an 80, depending on how hype Madden rating team wants to go here. I think Trevor Lawrence could even pull a superstar X Factor. We went on a little bit of the low end, and I gave him a 7-8 overall with superstar. But ultimately, he is going to be the best quarterback prospect in this class. However, it's not always down to talent. And if you play Madden, especially Madden Sim in any form of, extensive, you got a couple years under your belt here. Yeah, no, it's not always the most talented quarterback. Sometimes it's just QBs on overpowered sim teams. So you look at Trevor Lawrence, and while I'm intrigued to see how well he will perform, I also threw Travis Etienne on this roster. It might not be the most prolific passing offense. We then go to someone like the second pick, Zach Wilson here in New York. Now, the Kyle Shanahan playbooks and stuff like that seem to do okay in a Madden sim. For Zach Wilson, I gave him a 75 overall. Dev trade could be a little tricky, but I think I'm ultimately going to go just what it has a star dev. I feel like 75 star dev is probably as good as things are going to get for Zach Wilson. I also have thrown Elijah Vera-Tucker and Elijah Moore on their squad as well to see if we can help them out a little bit. Because in terms of skill position players, Jets may be the weakest, maybe with the Patriots as well. But I think a thing that the Jets are going to have going for them in the sim is that they're going to essentially have like the Kyle Shanahan playbook, which has done fairly well. Speaking of Kyle Shanahan, let's go look at the next quarterback here, and that is Trey Lance. Trey Lance with some pretty fun skill position plays for Trey Lance. I gave him a 74 star dev. I feel like that's probably around where he's going to be at in Madden 22. In terms of additions, I mean, they didn't really have anything, but they don't really need to when you have Trent Williams, Alex Mack, Mike McGlinchey, George freaking Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Juszczyk, Deebo Samuel, Raheem Mostert. Really good. And I think in terms of whenever these rookies play, if we're assuming in real life all these rookies play week one, probably Trey Lance is going to be the guy that I would put money on to succeed the most. But it's going to be interesting to see how that plays on the Madden Sim. We have also a team that traded up to finally get their quarterback here in Justin Fields. We did the Justin Fields Chicago Bears rebuild. You look at the skill position players, David Montgomery, Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney, you got Jimmy Graham. O-line, they just decided to cut Charles Leno, but that's fine. I threw Tevin Jenkins here on the team at right tackle. But this is where it kind of gets a little bit interesting because you look at, the Trevor Lawrences and the Zach Wilsons and the Trey Lances, you're like, okay, they're pretty damn good. But now it starts to come into like, if we're trying to see who's going to be the best quarterback in Madden, the Bears offense is ridiculously overpowered in the Madden sim. So enter Trey Fields for having maybe the best season when all is said and done. And in that same vein, we're going to look at the last quarterback selected in the first round, and that is Mac Jones on the New England Patriots. I don't know what Mac Jones' rating is going to be. I gave him a star dev, but I feel like he's easily going to be the lowest rated out of all those quarterbacks. Maybe 70's a little low, but I feel like he's 72's probably his ceiling, 68's probably his floor, so I kind of went middle ground here. But much like Justin Fields with the Bears, the Patriots offense is incredibly overpowered here in the Madden 21 sim, and that probably will carry over into Madden 22. I mean, they have the additions here they spent in free agency. Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith at tight end. You got Trent Brown there at tackle. Hey, Aguilar's there. I got Edelman on the roster, even though I don't want to retire him. Let's put him way down there a little bit. So the whole debate comes into like, all right, the quarterbacks with the really high ratings that everyone knows about, but then you also throw in the last two quarterbacks picked in Justin Fields and Mac Jones. They're in two very overpowered sim offenses. So it's going to be generally interesting for me once we sim through this first season, see what quarterback has the best stats. So let's do it, man. Let's get to it. If I had to make a prediction, If I had to make a prediction, I think I'm going to go with Justin Fields. First, we'll take a little stop here at the midway point just to get an idea halfway, because teams do sometimes peak. We have the Patriots at 5-2, which is pretty damn good. Let's see, what else do we have here? Patriots are 5-2. The 49ers are 5-3. Oof. Bears are 3-5. Definitely do not want to see that. Jags are 2-5. And, well, we're not going to talk about that last place team. And the Jets are 1-7. So in terms of team success, Patriots are kind of rocking and rolling here. Let's look at individual success so far. Mac Jones, midway point, over 2,000 passing yards, 17 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. We also have, let's just kind of look, we'll just go team by team. That's going to be the easiest way. Justin Fields, around 1,900 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5 picks. 56% completion percentage. That's actually probably a little bit worse than what I would have expected, but is what it is. Trey Lance, 2,000 passing yards, 13 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. I mean, I could be looking at the rushing numbers, but let's be honest, rushing numbers are kind of broken, so we'll be fine there. Jags, Trevor Lawrence. Okay, worst of the bunch so far. 14, we'll round that up. 1,500 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 6 picks for him. For Zach Wilson, 2,300 yards, 18 touchdowns, 8 picks. One thing I didn't talk about, we talked about the Bears and the Patriots having sim cheese offense. Jets also kind of fall in that mold. I've always kind of felt like that, even with the Adam Gase offense. But clearly Zach Wilson is excelling in that little bit of an offense there. So, midway point, all quarterbacks look good, except of really the Jets' record, and Trevor Lawrence has been kind of underwhelming. We're back. So I decided to sim, obviously, all the way to the playoffs, and I was a little bit surprised that only 2 teams that featured the rookie quarterbacks in this little experiment actually did make the playoffs. Here in the AFC, the Patriots got the number 4 seed, but they were one and done. Got dusted by the Baltimore Ravens there, 28-21. I mean, look at that Super Bowl. Carson Wentz in the Colts against Washington football team. But in the NFC, you had the number 5 seed San Francisco 49ers and Trey Lance. Also, were able to knock off the Seattle Seahawks and then go into the second round of the playoffs. And unfortunately, Jameis Winston is just too hot to handle. Look at that, though. Also, kudos to the Atlanta Falcons for being the number 1 seed in the NFC. So, in terms of team success, Mac Jones, Trey Lance did a very good job. So, now let's look at individual. I'm going to start with the worst quarterback, which at least from that midway point, and that was Trevor Lawrence. Unfortunately, let's see who he did statistically. Hey, that's not bad. I mean, we're going to have to. There's the Madden side of things where some of these numbers are just going to be simply unrealistic, but let's also kind of, use that to at least be like, if this was what their final stat line was in real life, if you are a fan of one of the teams that has these on his quarterback, would you be satisfied with that season? Let's be honest. If Trevor Lawrence, with the current Jags, threw for almost 3,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 12 picks, that'd be pretty damn good. I don't think there'd be too many people that would be upset with that. He also chipped in 150 rushing yards, 1 rushing tutty. I mean, again, a lot of these numbers are going to be negligible. We have the Jets, where Zach Wilson went for almost 4,500 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, as well as 100-some yards and 1 rushing touchdown. So between those two, I guess if we're trying to weigh it, I'd probably, I don't know, that's pretty even. I don't know if I could necessarily pick who had the better year of that. Obviously, more yards for Zach Wilson, but less turnovers for Trevor Lawrence. We're also going to take a look at the New England 4,800 passing yards, 41 touchdowns for Mac Jones, and 14 interceptions. Well, I think that just broke this video wide open. Unbelievable year from Mac. If Mac Jones has that year, I'll eat this hat. If Mac Jones throws for 41 touchdowns and almost 5,000, I will eat this hat live on stream. You can quote that, because this ain't going to happen. Justin Fields, actually, those are kind of underwhelming numbers, knowing how overpowered the Chicago Bears sim tends to be. We'll round that up for 3,900 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, 10 picks. Kind of in line with Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence a little bit. Let's take a look here at Trey Lance. Made the playoffs, around 40. That's literally enough to cut up. Say 4,500 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 11 picks. Again, like the rushing numbers just look kind of stupid. So all in all, man, geez, Louise. There's no other. This is shocking. I'm going to say it's shocking from the standpoint of like all those quarterbacks generally had strong rookie quarterback. No one really had underwhelming numbers. And then you just look at that. I mean, he definitely got Rookie of the Year, right? Offensive Rookie of the Year. He won MVP. He straight up won MVP. Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson at 2, Trevor Lawrence at 3. In the NFC, Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Justin Fields with, a little bit of disrespect. Didn't even make the list. His team was like the best team, and then they showed no respect to Trey Lance. So there you go, fellas. If you thought for 1 second that anybody not Mac Jones would have, at least according to Madden, the best rookie season, then you, like myself, are incredibly humbled at this point. So that will do it for today's video, guys. If you want to see, I'm leaning towards maybe doing a Trey Lance 49ers rebuild after seeing some of these sim numbers. If there's any other kind of late Madden 21 endgame type rebuilds that you want to see, maybe involving some of these rookies, let me know in the comment section below. I will do the team that has the most likes, the most comments. I will get that out to you guys sooner than later. But thank you guys for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, I would really appreciate a thumbs up on the video to help my video in the old YouTube algorithm. I'd like to subscribe if we're getting ready Madden 22 season. It's going to be huge on the channel. I'm getting ready to start dropping hints about who my actual Madden 22 team is. It's going to be Philadelphia. It's going to be going back to Detroit and doing them right after I kind of robbed them last year. Is it the Carolina Panthers? Who knows? But that will be coming sooner than later. That'll do it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. Until next time, C4. Say peace out. Thanks for watching.